So we've got different starts already. Gamma going to Sank, Mike going to Link's house. Looks like a hobo start, maybe some big flippers checks. We'll see. Or water walk checks, I guess.
Nothing on the island. Gammachuu running right past Bonk Rocks. I hope he remembers that.
Yeah, maybe planning to go down there for new DMA and get it done. I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's been timed, whether it's actually faster to do it first.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd be afraid to leave it behind just because I wouldn't trust myself not to forget it.
Yeah. Bottle, nice for Gamma whenever he goes to CAC. Bombs, nice for Mike whenever he goes to CAC.
Gamma's loop through the Lost Woods is putting him closer to Lumberjack DMA than to new DMA, which makes the Bonk Rock skip maybe a little less appealing.
Yeah, maybe the plan is to do it later. I'm not sure. Maybe you just forgot.
Nothing there. Gammachuu is like a rando main and probably not used to starting with boots.
Yeah, exactly. So no Aghanim interest today. Yeah, it looks like probably just forgotten is cleaning it up now.
Yeah, this is definitely not faster than doing it first.
Yeah.
Mike is also taking you south to north.
Yeah, it's interesting. I noticed a lot of people seem to have learned the Lumberjack DMA, and so they do routes that end at Lumberjack check and Lumberjack DMA.
I think Lumberjack DMA is a little more intuitive.
Yeah, well, maybe so. I don't know. Get to see some dark screens now. Just found out yesterday that apparently lamp is required for swamp because of this sequence of rescuing the old man.
Specifically, it's required for, like, actually doing swamp. I'm not sure, there's some weirdness about whether it's in logic to open chests while in a dungeon in the wrong state, and it turns out in inverted, it's actually logically legal to open the Hera chest in Mire state.
Wow.
I don't know if that applies to swamp, but the logic does say you have to have access to the old man, so that much we do know. Sometimes
Mike's
you just
off the problem with this DMA.
Yeah, it's tricky. That's the hardest part for sure, because the water doesn't behave like water tiles. It behaves like water directions. It's one-dimensional.
Yeah, water is really, really weird in this game in general. Looks like we've got a basement big key of Hera, so Mike could climb if he wants.
It also looks like Gammachuu picked up a glove somewhere, and plans to go to
Old Man.
Back of Escape.
Yeah, I like this a lot, actually, when you get an early glove. Looks like Mike does not want to climb. Kind of an interesting choice.
This is like the last week of the tournament where you actually have the option to climb immediately, because in future HMG, you're probably not going to have a sword when you come here, and you're probably not going to have a key.
Yeah. Nothing on the mountain, it looks like.
Oh my goodness, we're going to pod. Okay, no, we're just going to the old man.
No, just old man.
We've seen some meme pods in this tournament. Usually following Spectacle Rock items. Like, well, I might as well drop down and do pod.
Yeah, I'm a fan of doing pod early. Although I don't know about this mode, but in no logic, I was always a fan of doing pod early. But with no bow and no hammer, it's a pretty low value target.
Yeah, logically it's nothing pointing to it at the moment, but Mike does have a green potion, so Mimic Clip at least wouldn't be an issue.
True. Gamma is actually going straight to desert area instead of doing a CAC north to south sweep. I guess he's a CAC skipper.
This could be like a checks route where you go south to north and then loop around again to do desert if you want to. He's setting up to be able to skip desert for a while. Because he's doing...
Yeah, you could just transition up after this, yeah.
It's
We'll
not
see.
too bad. I don't hate this.
No, that's fine. I don't know. I'm a big fan of just opening the 1,000 chests in CAC, but I know a lot of people disagree.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
this
Gamma
has
will
gotta
do
be it.
CAC. I think he's just doing it from the other direction. But this will Orphan Desert.
Interestingly, both players stopped to get the bug net.
That is interesting. What are they doing with that?
Oh no, this is a desert.
And we're
play.
not Orphaning
Wow.
Desert. Okay.
You have the glove.
You have the glove and no fire. So there's no reason to go in there with the clip. Agina's Cave is going to either be really awkward orphan or end the route.
I think it'll end the route, but we'll have to see.
I think with the bottle in hand I would have done CAC first, but I can see this being justified if you don't want to do CAC first. You have a bunch of stuff for desert but not for CAC. You could maybe do CAC as a separate trip from desert.
Yeah, I don't mind doing desert and CAC separately. I'm not sure I would have come here first though. I maybe would have done like Saha and South Shore and stuff first, but I don't know. It's not like a bad play.
I think
Sort
this
of an
you could do
unusual
this. You can make this work if you do South Shore in reverse and have done Ice Rod Cave from Hobo or plan to later.
Yeah, that could work.
The cool thing about overworld glitches is you can stitch the world together in a bunch of different ways, and they pretty much all work in their own way. None of them are like wrong necessarily.
Yeah, you have a lot more freedom of maneuvering.
And it's easier for people like me who've been playing for a while to get locked in our ways. And when we see new routes like this, sometimes they're actually better and we just didn't think of it.
For sure. I think this was partly a follow the glove idea. Very early glove. He did back the escape. He did checkerboard cave already. That's like most of the glove lock checks in the game.
It's got to be all of the glove lock checks that aren't also hammer locked.
That sounds right. Yeah. Mike doing CAC. I don't think there was anything in blindside. I didn't see anything good.
I saw Ether.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe
Who
that's
knows?
good. Who knows?
Ether is 1 in 3 chance of even being the Meyer medallion, and then if it is, who knows if Meyer's a crystal. We already know pendants in the light world aren't existent, so like there's a good chance that Meyer is a pendant.
Pendant Mire is more likely to matter in this mode than any other mode, so we'll see.
Oh,
nice bow.
a nice mirror. Well, now Gammachuu can really clown up Kakariko. That mirror.
Now we can block busts.
We never did rule on that, did we?
No.
I think we all just assume
so.
it's no logic only.
So that bow makes pod a lot more appealing, but there's a lot of stuff before that's the highest priority target, I would think.
Yeah, Eastern is better, but Gammachuu has the mirror, so maybe you do Pod and Eastern together?
That would be good. I would definitely be thinking about that.
The Pod double dip without hammer is like really not that big a deal in HMG. It's so easy to get back. In a way, it's like no Ice Rod TR in glitch modes. You just go back with the mirror wrap and it's free.
Yeah.
It's you get a free portal save, essentially. At all times.
Basically, yeah, you can just clip right into that back entrance.
High five, by the way.
Yeah, synced exiting the library. So Gamma's going to go ahead and do CAC and get his bow. Mike is probably going to continue far enough to get that mirror, but it's not 100% guaranteed.
I don't see Gammachuu or StructuralMike missing out on that mirror. Unless he soft blocks.
Yeah, I guess there's not really anywhere else you could go here. We didn't see East Death Mountain yet, right?
No.
I'd also be interested in doing that. A lot of items there.
The mirror gives you a lot of really interesting ways to route in these light world checks. For example, East Death Mountain, you can get there with the mirror and do light world and then come back and do dark world.
That's true. You can.
Even without the moon pearl, you can at least do Super Bunny Cave, which can have the mirror. one thing that I would recommend people learn once they get comfortable with the clips is the mirror-assisted teleports, where you walk to the teleport spot as a bunny and you lay down a portal, and then you clip as fast as you can in the light world and let the portal take you back. And then you can teleport as a bunny without doing one-frame clips. And that's one of the best ways to get across Death Mountain is with just the mirror.
Yeah.
I think it's faster
You can get
than
to the top
mirror
pretty
wrapping.
easily that way.
It means you don't have to do Super Bunny Cave the slow way. You can go from the top and mirror Super Bunny in.
Yeah. Gamma saving tons of time with the mirror and Blind's head.
Yeah, he has an insurmountable lead now.
Yeah. So where do you think you go next? This is a South Shore play, probably?
I think Eastern. But it looks like Gamma's going south.
I think with the mirror you would clip to pod and mirror.
That makes sense. Eastern's so quick though. Like the mirror from pod is almost not worth it, considering you have to mirror twice.
Yeah.
But it's still good. Like it's definitely. I can see doing South Shore first, just for hearts, if nothing else, and also for the chance to find a hammer.
He also hasn't done like he didn't do it. Neither player did an Ice Rod Cave start, and they both have Zoro money now, so it could be cleaning up all of that stuff before going into dungeons.
StructuralMike has exactly enough money to buy the Zoro item twice.
That's useful for.
He really needs to not die here and miss out on that mirror. Okay, good. When I said the only thing that can stop him is a soft lock, I was not accounting for him bashing his face into a cactus twice.
At least it wasn't 3 times. This is a shocking number of hearts, to be honest.
Hey, Gammachuu got the first heart.
There's a heart container.
At 12 minutes. Oh, and we get the 4th heart piece. It's a good time to get that, because it's not in Waterfall Fairy.
Right.
Oh, a raid. Thanks for the raid, Smirk.
And Mike just following. Can we get some divergence so I have more stuff to talk about? We do have blue mail and red shield now, which is not as good as a bunch more hearts, but kind of helps.
The blue mail makes this part a lot safer.
Yeah.
I don't think you spin speed there, right?
No, absolutely not.
You're moving straight. You do spin speed there if you're going like up towards in the dark world towards the ice clip spot.
Yeah, if you're going to Hype Cave or something, then it's really good.
It saves you from dashing through grass. Oh, the shovel. The shovel after desert.
Well,
as long as you get the moon pearl and it's not as shovel, it's fine. You can just mirror.
oh yeah, that would be a very annoying place for it now. But yeah, generally it's pretty easy to do after Boo on your way to Mire or something. Did Mike do like K45? He did K45 and checkerboard too, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it's not going to be convenient for either of them. So these guys have now done all of exactly the same stuff, except Mike has a hobo check, I think.
I don't remember a hobo check. I guess it makes sense he
That's how
opened
Mike
with it.
started. Yeah.
Now Gamma's doing it.
Yeah. So this is just totally equal.
If Gammachuu gets this first try, it's a bit of a lead for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like he got through all the checks a tiny bit faster.
Where did that time come from? Maybe. Maybe there's something to be said about that south to north Kakariko that he did.
Maybe. Got to save and put out a blind set.
Alright, trading a green for a red. It's not a blue, but it's not bad either.
Reds are safer for YBAs anyway.
Yeah. The kind we do, I don't think it matters.
No, that's true.
I think we've also seen... We have not seen all the dupable items. I suppose there could be a sword on Floating Island. And you know, if they see that, Tam will have StructuralMike go for it. Maybe Red Kitsune would... Red Kitsune has actually DM'd me asking if that was illegal and overall glitches, and so it's definitely on his mind as well.
Do you really dupe for Tempered? I feel like I wouldn't bother. You already have one sword.
I do for Tempered if it's the flooded item, but I find the Floating Island to be a little harder because you have to clip back in bounds.
It's annoying, and the collision is like a little bit wrong.
The collision's wrong. That's the problem. So
oh my gosh, Gamma's doing a dark dark cross check. I love this.
This is like pretty free with the mirror.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of this.
There's a really cool play you can do if you don't have a glove, where if you know that you have a key in back of escape somewhere, and you have the Hera key, you can spend it freely and get it refunded. And skip the glove requirement for back of escape.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's a little less good because of swim clipping, but it's still kind of a cool trick you can do. Oh, it's vanilla. Alright, cool.
Vanilla Moon Pearl. Should have climbed earlier.
It's interesting that the random placement of the big key in Hera allowed that placement to occur.
Yeah.
Because the keys are placed first, so it's not like it was forced.
Right. I am surprised that both players decided to do this.
I'm not. I would have done this.
Really?
On the way
done
to
it immediately. And
at
the point that they were already at, I would have gone to Eastern or Pod, I think, or East Death Mountain. Like, this is not a very dense location.
Oh yeah, I would have done it
It's not even the most
immediately.
items in a full clearable crystal dungeon.
But it's on the way to East Death Mountain. I think that's why they're doing it now.
That's fair, yeah.
And it's easy to fall into the trap of 3 Heart Fighter Sword Moldworm. Like, you're an NMG runner. You're a 124 runner. But not everybody's a 124 runner.
No, that's true, yeah. I mean, I don't fault people for not jumping on Moldorm immediately. I just sort of, I don't know why you decide that right now is the moment to do it, I guess.
I think it's because of East Death Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, if your plan is to just go there anyway, then you do Hera first. Then.
StructuralMike might be getting some instruction on teleporting. Oh, maybe we are doing the mirror thing.
I would just go to, like, Boo or something here, probably. I don't know where Mike's doing.
See, I would do what Mike's doing, because Vu is like, no Fire Rod, no Heimer. But this is, you can do East Death Mountain and pop your portal at the top. And then hope that maybe a shot shows up. If you can hover, it's even freer.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this play. You can do a Catfish DMD afterwards if you really want.
Yeah, I think Mike's being told that it's better to just do Light World first in case of hook shot. Gamma seems to have the same idea. And we also saw a map check on Gamma's side with my favorite, Pendant Swamp.
Oh, baby.
Pendant Turtle Rock, Pendant Thieves Town.
Okay.
So we can skip flippers and hookshot. We had to start talking about hovering. I don't think Gammachuu hovers. I think he might Moldorm bounce though.
Yeah, I have no idea. Gamma doing the same thing. Thinking about Hookshot Cave and then deciding to do Light World first.
Is that the middle Moldorm that dropped the fairy?
Hey, nice hammer. I don't know.
Because it breaks the bomb jump. Wow, that's a
hammer and fire rod.
Well, now we can
do. Now.
Let's go to Vu and do Pendant Thieves and Fighter Sword. Okay, now it doesn't matter if the Moldorm dropped a fairy.
Yeah.
I think if that was the middle Moldorm, that might actually save time falling instead of bomb jumping and getting knocked in the wrong direction.
Oh yeah. If that was the one that broke it. How do you feel about just like dipping into Turtle Rock while you're up here? It's really easy to get to. There's a couple items you can grab pretty quickly. Do you have any interest in that?
I prefer to do Catfish because Catfish is harder to return to.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Turtle Rock can be made better by finding Cane.
Turtle Rock is pendant though, so just treating it as a couple overworld chests is a little bit safer.
And it is a couple overworld because you do have Mimic Cave.
Yeah.
Mimic Cave is a check, and then you can go into TR and find maybe 2 keys and be sad, or you can find 1 item. The problem is you can go into Turtle Rock and not find an item.
That is also very bad, yeah.
Feels bad. At least with the Crystal TR, you can hope that a big key shows up, and then you don't really lose time on a go mode TR.
Right, yeah, it's just sort of a partial completion of something you'd have to do anyway. Alright, well, if we're gonna get a hover, it's time. Look, okay.
Alright. At least they're on even footing in that regard. Yeah, this is a pretty friendly kit for just entering the Dark World. Doesn't mean that there can't be trolls. Given, I don't know what Mike's situation is for hovering.
Well, he just opted not to hover Hookshot Cave, so I'm guessing he's not in love with the idea of it.
Or Moldorm Bounce. I know about Gamma's Moldorm bouncing, because I think there was a pretty famous, I want to say league race, where it came down to Gamma being able to Moldorm Bounce.
Yeah. I don't know. Where are we going here? We could do like pod stuff. I feel like I would do escape, like pyramid, like swimmy, whatever, Tam swam, and then escape stuff. It's easier to get to pod other ways.
Yeah, this makes sense to what Mike's doing. Do you think he'll do the escape?
I think he will check Uncle, and maybe he'll do escape as well.
Gamma is thinking pod.
Yeah, for sure. I think pod's good. I mean, you can do it now.
Pod's really good, because you can do it with Eastern. As long as they're comfortable with the dark rooms and the fact that it's out of logic. I don't think you care so much about the logic when you already have Fire Rod.
I don't think anybody is going to be that worried about Lamp.
Yeah,
like, especially with Pendant Swamp, it's not going to matter for that stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't expect runners, either of these guys, to be very worried about Lamp.
Lamp is a curiosity at this point. The worst it can do is make Ganon tough. If they end up on Master Sword Silverless, they'd have they'd want to bring some potions in. Which they have the ability to, so it's not even a big deal. Oh no! Gamma's doing overworld glitches. Pod now. Nice sword in the Uncle chest.
Forgot to unlock the door.
Classic.
That's very good.
It's better than opening the shooter room chest by accident. Did Gammachuu open this shooter room?
Oh, I didn't see him open it, but...
He must have. I think that's how he used the middle door. He had a key for it.
Yeah, it must have been a key. I assume the logic doesn't expect you to open that door in...
It doesn't. There were some discussions about whether it should. If you have an opinion about that, go into that V32 glitch logic channel in the main Discord and say your piece. Like doing some nice NMG movement to get down here.
Oh, I wonder if he's just going west and then north. Maybe we're doing a whole overworld loop.
That's what I think. I don't think he's doing pod.
I don't think he's going to pod either. I thought he was just going to save and quit do something else, but this makes sense too.
You could do hammer pigs and then save and quit and then use the portal to do Hive Cave. Since it's not easy to get out of hammer pigs right now. It's easier to get in but not out. You can swim clip and that's about it.
Yeah.
Where are we going, Mike?
Mire area, I think.
Alright. It's an interesting direction to take. He probably values the...
I think you don't want to do this because you have Shovel and Stumpy to check, but...
He has the book. I don't think he had that before.
That's true. Can also do Desert now.
If you're gonna check the book, you would do it here with the mirror, I think.
What if you go check Mire Shed and Mire Medallion, and then mirror and do Desert, and then walk out and check Tablet, and then go live your life? Just like save and quit away. That's obviously not what he's doing.
Mike's really committed to using overworld glitches to get to this tablet. Probably forgot how to do it normally.
Yeah, probably doesn't know the vanilla route.
Hey!
I actually saw a casual player the other day mirror in a random place on the Dark World and get into an overworld area in the Light World that I thought was only accessible with glitches.
What was it?
It was just like some random outcropping in Eastern Palace that I had never thought about getting to.
It's pretty funny. Like this area next to where Mike is right now. I think you can mirror there in inverted.
Yeah, probably so. So Quake Medallion for Mire, but hopefully we don't need it.
Well, we do.
Oh wait, Mire is a crystal. It's Swamp that's a pendant.
Yeah.
So we need Quake.
The good thing is if we do end up in Quake Go mode, God, this is so familiar. We just calmed a race where Quake was Go mode and Swamp was a pendant. So Swamp is really, really unlikely to have the Mire Medallion for key logic reasons. So at least you could rule that out. It's also, there has a chance of not having the cane because of key logic reasons. You're expected to have all 3 Mire keys to get into Swamp past the first chest if the first chest doesn't have a key.
Right. Interesting.
Mike using a different shovel. So when's he doing
Rent a shovel.
the rest of it? Because I guess he could end the route at Stumpy and do North Dark World separately. Maybe he doesn't want to commit to Thieves Town. Sometimes you just don't want to make decisions.
I don't mind Stumpy and Shovel and then save and quit to... Like, you have Hammer and Glove now. It's not hard to get to the Dark World.
I think maybe we had a mentor intervention here where Mike was about to completely skip them and Tam reminded him.
That might have been it, yeah. Gamma, meanwhile, found the ice route at the beginning of Pod. I don't think we've seen anything else interesting here.
I didn't see anything either. But they're still Eastern. I also expect Mike to just do Pod right now. I think this is... If he wasn't... He could do... it's just...
That's weird. You wouldn't save and quit to Mountain if you were doing anything else, right?
It's still faster to get to Village this way, I think. This isn't Kiki Skip, so...
He might not know Kiki Skip. It's a fast
Ether
trick,
Tablet.
It's a little bit niche. Yeah, it's just interesting. I would have just probably put this off as long as possible until I have a specific reason to go back into Hera.
Well, if he is doing Dark World instead of Pod, he's not, but if he was, that would make sense.
That would make sense, yeah, if he was going down to Skullwoods.
Nice Homosaur fight.
Yeah, dead scorpion dog thingy.
Scorpion dog.
Something like that.
I imagine Helmosaur as being some kind of amphibian.
Amphibian, really?
Yeah, he has like smooth skin.
You have a particular fondness for amphibians, so.
Well, I also
feel
like
this might be
reptiles.
biased.
I'm not biased. I also keep geckos. Like you can't say I'm biased. I only have one more species of frog than gecko.
I see. But how many dogs and/or scorpions?
I am a cat person. Which Zelda boss is the most cat?
That's a good question.
I think it's Moldorm, because you know how cats like to knock things off tables?
That's true. I was in this game. That's kind of a hard question. There's got to be some Zelda game with a boss that kind of like pounces, though. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there must be one, right?
Blind. Blind does look like a cat. That's true.
Blind does have cat head, yeah.
Blind is actually a furry, though. It's a little different.
Yeah, Blind's head definitely has cat ears. That's for sure. These runners just keep doing the same things as each other. Nice boomerang, but it's not very important. Okay, there's the flippers. Those don't really matter.
Logical Ice Palace. So I guess we're doing that next.
Oh god.
Gamma will love Fighter Sword Ice Palace. At least Mike has a Master Sword. Also, no cane, no hook shot. Best time to go to ice.
They have a bottle and the net, so they can still ice break.
You know, when you said bottle and neck, I was thinking of the overworld net slide.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that doesn't help skip IPBJ, but it is pretty swag.
It's definitely the best way to use a bottle to get into ice. So Mike is, he took the route that lets you skip the entire bowlock side of pod, leaving behind 2 keys. This hammer jump is actually required for him if he doesn't want to go back to that. That's why he turned away from the door. Gammachuu wasn't able to because he didn't open the door in the lobby. So you can really see how much time it saves when you open extra doors. So the entire bowlock side is skipped for Mike. It's like a minute.
What is this? Armos?
It's
Okay.
it's an Armos. It's a quick kill.
Okay.
It looks like 4 and 2, but from the top or something. I don't know.
So not a very exciting Eastern. Flippers, like, maybe do something. That cape doesn't.
You know what flippers let you do? They let you meme the front of Swamp. Which maybe Mike will do, because he hasn't done that part of the world yet. Like,
Yes,
I think...
he has. Didn't he do Hype Cave over to
Oh,
Meyer?
it's Gammachuu that hasn't done it yet, then.
Okay.
One of them hasn't
Yeah.
done it. The one who's ahead, that makes sense. I would actually consider taking the route that Mike took and stopping by Swamp just to check the first chest, get some info about whether the Meyer medallion can be there, and then of course that first chest itself is just straight up in logic right now, so it could be anything.
through. It's so slow, though.
It's slow, but if it's the Myra medallion...
Well, we'll see what Gamma does now that we're here.
I
Maybe
think
it's just a type cave and then Flipper's Wrap to ice.
You would, yeah, that or Mirror Wrap. I mean, my Gamma has mitts now, so maybe you just do that
Oh,
later.
he does? Oh, I didn't notice that.
Mitts
Yeah.
were in Saha's closet. That means
okay.
Mike will get them too.
Nope. Get over Stumpy. This is why you transition at the top of the screen. So what's next for Mike? I mean, you can do Skull Woods now, which seems pretty good. Oh, he hasn't done Eastern, but okay. I guess what's next for Gamma is the question then.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gamma goes north. Has a little bit less to do. It's awkward when you have, like, the hammer for a GT, but not the hookshot or the cane. Because so much of it is out of logic.
Yeah.
But you can still do a lot. Ooh, nice dash.
I'm not a big fan of dipping into GT when you have clearable dungeons. I know a lot of other people like it, and maybe I'm just wrong, but
If
I
I
wouldn't
was-
do GT when you can full clear like
Yeah.
Skull and Ice.
I would do Skull and Ice and Mike's shoes. In Gamma's shoes, I would probably not do Ice until I had a sword. But I'm sure Gamma has a better handle of the hammer than I do. So maybe he'll do it.
Yeah, Hammer Cold Stare is like pretty miserable.
They do have red mail, so at least it's not like dangerous. It's just really slow.
That's true.
If one of them still has a green potion, and that person should probably be spamming Fire Rod. I think that would be faster.
Oh yeah. If you get
Mike-
to Cold Stare with that, that's great.
Mike also has the half magic from Bombo's tablet. And Mike has a
That also works.
pretty easy, not easy, but like manageable Ice Palace.
Oh my god, Gammachoo's gonna use his mitts instead of clipping. This
It's
is a disgrace.
faster. He's probably gonna get the Smith actually.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
this
Never
makes a lot
mind. You're
more sense.
forgiven.
You get the Smith. Purple chest is maybe later, but Smith, it's right there on the way. You haven't done hammer pegs yet.
Yeah, no, I think this makes a lot of sense. You probably pop into Thieves and check the first 4 here, and then head out to Skullwoods, I would think.
With the mirror and having already done the Pot and Eastern double, I think that's wise. You might even do the whole thing, depending on what's in there. It's pretty safe to do all of these. It's just, slow. But you're not gonna like leave anything behind.
Yeah. It's just a lot of time for a pendant, but I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to get, it's like, after you do all this, if you abandon the back of Thieves, it's like pretty rough to get back here.
Pet is also pretty likely dead. Again, it's that 1 in a million Swamp Palace can actually be cleared without Myra Medallion Ped Seed. I've
Right.
seen that exactly once in my life. In fact, Ped was the hammer walking Myra Medallion. It was pretty amazing.
That's awful.
I would never share that seed with anyone, least of all Sleepy.
Alright, we're getting at least a front of thieves check.
We also have people in chat who like actually know Gammachuu, and some people have really strong opinions about whether to do thieves and don't just make decisions on a whim like I do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gamma found Quake.
Oh, well that's Deadhead. So we're in Cane of Samaria go mode if you can Moldorm bounce / hover. Gammachuu needs a sword.
Where was Mike's sword? I forgot already.
It was in the Uncle chest.
Oh right, Uncle.
It's not too bad if you do GT. And you do that next. But then you're doing GT without a sword.
That's fine.
Moldorm bounce is a
gonna
little
say-
harder when you have a fighter sword. It's worth
Is it?
taking that. Yeah, your spin's not as good, right?
No, it's the same.
It's the same? Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know the spin hitbox didn't change.
Yeah, it's only the slash hitbox. You get an extra hitbox added. it's bumper
Did we
ledge, I guess.
not do skull?
Nobody's touched Skull.
Why? It's a crystal.
Well, I think you just have to pick between Skull and Ice, and Mike picked Ice.
Gammachuu is telling us that you need the cape for bumper ledge. Haha, funny joke. I guess it's not that hard to get back to Skull for Mike. It's
Mirror.
it,
Okay, this works.
it would be better if you had the flute, but you can just run over and use the portal
Let's get back to where?
to Skull.
Oh yeah, I think you just come from a DMD probably.
With the mitts? I don't know. Is that faster?
With the mitts? I don't know. I guess.
Does Mike not know the bomb clip version of this?
I guess not.
I think this is a little faster if you're really good at it, but I don't think it's faster in this situation. And I think to be faster, you have to also do some stuff with the Samaria, and it's not possible right now. Oh, Bombos Medallion is here.
3-3.
That's good for Ice Palace for Gamma, actually. Makes
Yeah.
Cold Stare a little more manageable. Nice. Getting out of the wall without soft locking. Ooh, are we gonna skip Pengator? No. I'm a fan of skipping Pengator in the IPBJ route. It's a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
dangerous, but it's a huge time save if it comes up nothing.
Yeah. It's gotta be faster to leave left than right.
Leaving left doesn't reset the room.
Oh, it doesn't? No.
It's the subtile transition. Oh, you gotta use a 2-bomb strat for this to work. What happened to the bomb?
I don't know. I was looking at chat.
I swear Mike's bomb just disappeared. Like, maybe Spooky Bomb?
Could be, if it was right as it landed.
Oh, so that's the danger of skipping Pengator. If it's a big key, you are orphaning the big chest. If it's anything else, you can come back in after and get it pretty quickly.
Right.
Oh, wow. Gamma got cornered in the spike, but used it to get tons of damage on Moth.
So clipping in Ice 1 to save a key. I don't know how much it matters if you're doing Ice Palace Bomb Jump, but it's really convenient to have an extra key when you're doing Icebreaker route.
Really? I think it's the other way around. I think in IPBJ, the next thing you're going to come across is that crisscross room with a small key door. And your only chance to get a key is Pengator room if you're not skipping it or stealing it. But in Icebreaker route, you're ending up in that room. And you're probably going to get a key on the way out.
I guess it matters less in Icebreaker if you actually can lift the pot and get the free key, or the rock.
Oh, yes, absolutely. If you're going in there without the hammer glove, definitely steal a key if you can. And if you can't steal a key, God help you, you also don't have a fire source, send me that seed.
Oh god, you gotta
Aw.
load the low percent strat for this room.
The 2 bombs. Mike only
Yeah,
has
it's
3
so
though.
easy.
It's kind of resource issue. He probably knows the strat too. I think he just doesn't want to use his bombs. See, this is why you take a key. It's for this room.
Yeah, this is also good. Getting a mushroom check here.
Are we? Oh yeah, I guess we are. That must have been in Skull.
He got a blue potion, which makes me think Ice Palace.
Hmm.
But maybe it was just like, oh, hey, I can buy a blue potion.
Opportunistic blue, yeah. I would definitely get one if I was there. Regardless of thinking about ice, just because there's a lot of things it can be useful for, including transportation.
Yeah. Looks like just probably a GT play, though. Unless
This is-
this is a super jump.
This could
That
be,
seems pretty out there.
Pyramid Fairy.
That's true. Could be. It's, well, I guess we'll find out.
It'd be really convenient to set up for a Death Warp here, using Spike Cave.
Oh, yeah, that's cute. I like that.
Okay, this amount of hearts we're taking is not setting up for a Death Warp.
No.
Oh, we are doing it. Okay. Maybe Gamma just wasn't certain how many hearts he needed to get out of there without burning his entire magic bar. Your movement has to be really good for those dashes to work. To actually not lose you more health or time.
Gamma is very scared of this for some reason. There's like 3,000 pixels that work for this mirror replacement.
Yeah, and all you have to do is line up vertically with that little like wall
Yeah.
and just stay on grid and be somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
Like,
It's really, really generous.
it's only hard if you're trying to try hard a quick warp. Ah, this is why we're not quick warping. We're... Okay, never mind. Not quick warping, death warping.
Did Gamma not do back of escape? I thought he did.
This is Houlihan. This is
Oh.
just getting there.
This is just like River Clip without actually knowing the River Clip.
Yes. Ooh, I like that double poke dash attempt. Really nice fight.
Good fight. Gamma gonna get his Master Sword finally. Wonder if he'll go deeper into escape. I would guess probably not, but you know, there's stuff here.
Did we see Mike do all of escape?
I don't think so. I think he just grabbed these checks and then left.
Could be pretty big. I mean, we are just looking for Kane and maybe Hookshot. I don't think
Yeah.
Gamma is looking for Hookshot. I think Mike might be. Mike seems like the kind of person who would know Moldorm Bounce. I mean, he knows Shock Block.
Wow. I know what you're talking about, but I didn't even know that trick had a name. Yeah, so we are getting a escape dive from Gamma. See if it pays off.
Mike seems to be doing his return to Skull. Maybe he's thinking he does back to front Skull and then picks up the purple chest. So Mike, quote, knows bounce. Might be one of those break in case of emergency glitches.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike's not done Smith. In that case, he might actually do all of the Smith chain, making him a little more likely to also do purple chest than Gammachuu.
He might also finish Thieves Town because he's got less stuff left than Gamma did when he was here. Although I am, this is getting to the point where you should probably be opening the 30 chests in GT.
I thought I was told that Quake was found in Village of Outcasts. Like, Mike doesn't seem to have it.
Well, Mike hasn't gone to Village of Outcasts yet, right?
Oh, he hasn't done it at all.
I think he's going from Skullwoods down.
Okay. For some reason, I thought Mike did Village and not Skull, and I was confused. It makes more sense that he hasn't done any of it.
Yeah, no, because he was doing Digging Game and then remembered he had to Stumpy and just left doing else. So I don't
Oh,
think he
Mike is
finished
the
it
one
yet.
who did that, right? Okay, I'm confusing which runner did what. That's what's happening here.
Commentary seed bleed.
I have done
Got
3 today.
3 of
It's-
these.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, especially a seed where Quake was go mode just
Yeah.
not too long ago.
That's pretty funny. That came up twice in a day. Although this is not.
This
go
is
mode.
not Quake go mode. Yeah, but it is Quake for Mire and Pendant Swamp. Very familiar situation.
Yeah. Will we get a pedestal check? I mean,
Ped's dead. Oh, but Mike doesn't know that. It's still probably dead, though. Like, my medallion on Ped is a unicorn.
yeah. I don't know. Tam will probably say not to, because Tam knows all the things you just said. This must be GT. This is definitely GT now, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I don't think there's anywhere left for Gammachuu to go in this direction.
Well, you could DMD to Skullwoods. No, he did Skullwoods already.
Yeah, see, now you're doing it.
Mike choosing to walk all the way down and try to get a bounce instead of just
I saw
dashing.
that. You can dash if you line yourself up with the left banister of the stairs. You get a nice clean dash down.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so fast that you get there before the bunny beam has a chance to break. So you actually have to burn time after if you don't want to get hit with it and aren't mirroring out.
Oh, like after you come back from the
Yeah, if you're going to walk out and you don't want to get bunny beamed.
That's interesting. I never thought about that.
So at what point do you just do Caneless Mire?
Ugh.
I like
Yeah, I
Caneless
mean-
Mire when Swamp's a crystal, but I don't know how I feel.
Painless, I don't really know. This is one of the things that I think HMG actually, because Meyer doesn't just have 2 chests in it in HMG. It has like all of Hera and Swamp. So I really don't know.
It's funny that normally we'd be worried about Hera, but we had front door access the whole time. Because Hookshot at top of Hera is a classic HMG troll.
Uh-oh. Oh. That's funny. Yeah. No, but the big key was super convenient for us.
In fact, I've even seen seeds where it's like a hover seed, and the go mode was access to top of Hera. So you had to either find Medallion or Hookshot.
Right.
And I remember this race where one player found Medallion and one player found Hookshot, and one player hovered and one player Moldorm bounced. It was pretty good.
That's pretty.
Or
pretty
didn't,
epic.
I maybe didn't Moldorm bounce, but like knew how to. So they were in that go mode.
Right. Gamma checking for Kane and all the hookshot locked spots.
Yeah, I mean, I just assume Hookshot's out there and open these. I don't know enough about
Maybe
key
we've
logic
got
to.
hookshot in Kane in Swamp, blocking Kane and GT.
That would be pretty spicy. That's the kind of extension of Hookshot on top of Hera.
Yeah.
And of course, it's Hookshot and Swamp, which everybody can relate to.
Yeah. That
So
was
even
not
NMG
HMG
runners
specific.
have to deal with Hookshot and Swamp. It's part of the problem of running NMG and not better categories. Better categories get their Hookshot in Hera or Mire.
Yeah, it is really convenient to not have to do left side Swamp.
So I guess, like you said, Mike is probably going to do all of Thieves Town, not just the
I would
first.
guess that, yeah.
I would do all of Thieves Town here.
It seems really
Ooh!
reckless to bail. Nope, alright.
Okay. I like calling people reckless. I think it's reckless.
It feels reckless to me, like you're never getting back there.
He didn't even have Quake at the time. Like, he had no options. I guess you would want to... I would open that first.
Actually, yeah, I would have done these before these down. But how many TR chests are in Logic?
2. So you
Laser
go in.
Bridge is not in like the.
No, we don't mirror wrap in Logic. It's never going to be the cane. So you go in and you have access to chain jumps, and then big key chests. I don't really understand the key logic of.
No.
I think it can be a small key, and chain jumps can be a small key, and that makes the this is like in a Boom Pearl situation, not in a cane situation, but that puts like more stuff in Logic. Obviously, without the cane, you just don't have access.
Right. So it's those two plus Mimic Cave, I guess.
Big key can be available, giving you.
Oh, Gamma. Gamma used Thunderbolt.
Oh, that's odd. We can assume that's his end. I am just playing a VOD. I don't see how that could have. That might have been like a
I assume so.
Thanks for the follow.
Coding error or something.
No,
maybe.
He had an alert earlier, a raid from somebody, so that might have been one of those.
So Mike's gonna do GT and find a bunch of nothing, and then they're both gonna go to Meyer, I guess.
How much of the myth chain did Mike do?
Wait, did Gamma not climb?
Well, Gamma is... So, the problem with Moldorm Bounce is you can't get the chest. So, climbing when you're not in go mode, or in hookshot go mode, is kind of dangerous. I mean, I had a seed recently where it mattered. It was... Ooh, nice eat. Now, Gammachuu has an excuse not to do the 2-bomb strat, because that's all he has in his pocket.
I guess.
Before you say anything.
Pretty well for him.
Yeah, if you can get that room done in 2 spins, it's pretty dang good. The real strat is to use ether and then throw them at each other. I think I used to do that as a kid.
I don't know what I did as a kid. I didn't use medallions a lot because I don't know, it felt kind of cheap. You're supposed to hit them with the sword, right?
I did the freeze them and hammer them for magic thing a lot in Ice, because Ice doesn't give you a ton of magic.
Yeah, Ice is really kind of a nasty dungeon.
It makes more sense in vanilla because the enemies give you magic. In Rando, that's not true. In Rando, you're just screwed.
Yeah.
It's so unfair.
It's so unfair that Cold Stare, you just have to have a full bar's worth of magic, and it doesn't. I guess there's probably some text in the game that lets you know that.
To be fair, yeah, there's 3 hint tiles in Ice, and one of them has Saucerla telling you to bring potions.
Yeah, but come on, imagine reading.
I think it's this one up here. You're already knee deep in the dungeon, so it's a little bit late.
Yeah.
What is this bomb jump, Mike? Oh my god.
That's not
it's a real clip bomb jump.
Alright.
I think if you're gonna do a bomb jump, you just do the one that's straight out the door. That is a cool bomb jump though. It looks like it's not like pixel perfect or anything, you just nudge into the railing. Or into the corner.
I mean, you're just using pit state to put through the pot, so it's probably pretty generous, yeah. Pit state is so weird.
It is. I think it was in my NMG or my RMG PB review from you that I learned that torches, one, you're actually just dashing through the pot.
Yeah, yeah. If you're one pixel over the pit, you just can completely ignore the pot's collision. It's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, this is like Back of Thieves or Mire. I guess Mike didn't do Front of Escape, but he's not going to go back and do that, right?
Maybe.
For Mire? I mean, I guess you could. It's not crazy.
Mike could Omega gamble and climb GT and Moldorm bounce, and then do Front of Escape.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind that, really.
Nice orbiting the warp tile. I'm going to channel Sleepy here and tell you to just hold down right out of that room, and it'll put you on the warp tile.
Yeah, it looks like you should overshoot it, but you just walk straight in. It's actually really nice.
It's the best. Gammachuu about to catch some Pokemon with this bug net.
What Pokemon are in this game?
I wish I actually knew enough about Pokemon to make a joke, but I just straight up don't. Alright, chat. What Pokemon are in the game?
Well, there's a Pichu on Gamma's screen.
That's true. Zubat, fair.
Zubat? Okay,
I like that
good,
answer.
Yeah. Oh, that's where Magic was, right? That's handy. Although, it doesn't matter.
Are we doing Ice Wrap? No, we're just doing the portal.
This is just a portal, yeah.
Gamma just doesn't know what the bump is.
I don't know what bump it is either.
It's the first one.
Really? Weird. Mandible? That's a great name for a Pokemon.
I feel like Mandible should be like a beetle.
Yeah, it should be something with with mandibles.
Bug type.
King's Tomb. We saw that from Gamma, I think.
I've done too many seeds to know. Okay, yeah. We're just doing Myers. Makes sense. I think this is the smart play.
Oh yeah.
And then
yeah. I mean, there's nothing else to do.
What you do after Mire is you go to Swamp from Mire and you open the first chest and see what the situation is.
You can open a bunch of chests in Mire.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're not in missing Quake anymore. It's me having
Right.
Seed Bleed. Or in Mire. What am I saying?
Mandiba is very nice.
I do think you do Swamp though. Left side Swamp. It's just part of Mire.
I think you go through Mire,
Nice,
and when you run out of Mire things to do, you go open everything that you can reach in Swamp.
It's funny how we're not used to having like proper Fire Rod splash damage in Mire 1 or Mire 2. And this isn't even spooky. This is just the Fire Rod behaving correctly.
Right. Hey. Now you can't see Pichu anymore. It's hiding behind the shield. What is this from Mike?
Has he not done Pyramid Fairy?
He
Super
did.
jumping to Mire, maybe.
There's no way he knows that, does he? Maybe Tam can talk him through it on the fly.
I don't think he does the blind nap super jump. I think he just goes to Swamp.
Oh, that would be fine.
He could also clown the first chest, but I think at this point you just do it from Mire. You only clown the first chest if you're missing Medallion. Oh god, he's got the mirror out. Oh my god, he's doing it. He's doing
You
it.
have so much to live for.
If you're gonna do that, you at least do it while screen wrapped so it looks cool. Yeah, he's doing it.
Oh no. Well, there's like a 1% chance that this wins him the game. Not really. Gamma's gonna get here before too long. But this could be a pretty big time save. But most likely it's a terrible catastrophe.
Now, if it's hookshot, you just keep going from... So here's the thing. If it's hookshot in the first chest of swamp, you can't keep going because it's not a key. Do you go to hookshot cave or do you re-enter swamp by another method?
You climb GT.
Oh, of course. Oh my god, it's a key!
Oh my gosh.
1 in 10. Did they roll seed correctly? You know, we haven't seen any like required HMG yet.
That's true. I don't think we have. Yeah, maybe this is an Overworld Glitches assured seed. They're clowning on us.
Look. The only person you're cheating is yourself, denying yourself the experience of hammerless swamp and fireless ice. That's what we're all here for, right? The thing is, though, yes, if it's here, then that's Mike will get it first. Gammachuu will get here too, though. Like, he'll do it next. He'll just do it from a different direction.
It's not a big difference. I think that Gamma has a pretty big edge here.
Does he, though? Like, he hasn't found anything yet. Mike is first.
Well, he's gonna... Either it's just in Mire, or Mike is gonna have a slower clear of Mire plus Swamp than Gamma has of the two.
Gamma has moved the wall just to do the clip. Does that mean that there's no items left?
I assume it
Oh,
means
hookshot and swamp.
Dash citrus.
Cool. Fun seed. Is this why Mike told me to restream this? He's thinking about it. Not that direction. We're leaving? What are we doing?
He just doesn't thinking about where to hook
the
shot
key.
Here from.
Of course. He doesn't do it from the big chest, I guess, because he's not an energy owner.
Yeah, I think Gamma just is making decisions based on not knowing or not liking Dash Citrus.
I think Mike is just...
Does not appear to know that this bonk does not put you on the same pixel every time after you pick up the pot.
I saw him buffer towards the pixel the second try. Maybe Red Kitsune knows.
There we go.
It's hard when the mentor doesn't know the bomb clip. Like, I don't know the bomb clip anymore.
No, me either. I mean, I don't know. I could probably get through it if I had to.
I mean, this is pretty close to last location. Like, there are some locations. Middle of TR hasn't been looked at, I think. Purple chest. For Mike, obviously he hasn't done Mire.
Oh, purple chest, yeah. Ugh.
But Gammachuu is here now, so it's... Oh my god. Let's just go mode. Alright, cool. Okay.
Was that in waterfall chest? Okay.
Yeah, waterfall chest. That means that there's no small key on Vitreous.
That's pretty close to best case scenario for Mike, I think, having done it in front.
So Mike...
That is a very dangerous chest to open.
Mike only has to get the... Oh, well, Gamma's in the... Was he in the race? I think Gamma just doesn't care about the pendant.
Yeah.
Which he shouldn't have to care about the pendant. Pendant is actually dead.
Yeah.
Oh, and he has the Mire big key. It's kind of funny.
So depending on what Gamma does, he's either going to be in swamp for like another minute or another.
Now here's the amazing thing, because Gamma, let's say he also doesn't do left side and beelines it, he will mirror back to the front of Mire because he's not in swamp.
Yeah.
And that will put him neck and neck with Mike, because Mike still needs the big key. Yeah, this is really good if he goes to the back. This is actually neck and neck.
Very close. I don't know where the big key was, but
I think it was early enough, maybe like in the first Firelock chest. But this Mire 2 for Mike is...
Listen, you don't need to call him out. He's having enough trouble.
But I'm saying it's making it close, right? The difference is Gamma is going to be in Mire 2 in like 10 seconds. So Mike can't
Depending on where the
afford
key
to.
is, Gamma might be ahead.
I think Gamma's ahead. Because I don't think the key is like. I don't think it's a Godmire. I think it's like Firelock chest, but not the bad one.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't see the bad one.
We saw Gammachuu open the torches just to clip.
Yeah. Yeah. Cannot recommend dash citrus clips enough.
Nice mirror shield. Right. We saw that.
Right.
This is such a cool race.
Yeah, this is really, really close.
I mean, what made this close is Gammachuu not exiting Swamp. That was a huge decision. And look, he's the first one into the back. But Mike is really not that far behind.
Oh yeah, because he would have had to flood the dam and it would have taken 69 years.
Well, he would also not be able to mirror back to the lobby of Meyer. He'd have
That's
to
true.
actually go back to Meyer. Yeah, it was just here.
That's true.
Look at this. They're just a few rooms behind. And with Master Sword, the execution could make a difference.
Yeah, they both have silvers. I think that this is Gamma's game to lose pretty clearly. But you know, it's pretty easy. If you mess up the clip into, probably puts it in Mike's hands. Like there's a lot of ways that Mike can still win this.
Both of them did pretty well in Dark Mire so far.
Also, I just want to say that I was right that it was Red Cane behind Hookshot in Swamp. Alright, that's all the crystals for Gamma, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is all. That's true.
Oh
that,
no, neither of them have done Desert.
Well, at least they both didn't do it, so they'll both mirror here, and it'll be... It's not going to make really a difference.
It's not going to matter, yeah. But, wow.
As long as Mike
Forgot about
remembers to...
that.
Oh my god, Mike. He's in Dark State. He saw his shadow and he fled back into his den for 6 more weeks of screen transitions. So Gammachuu enters at 13:06. 13:06. Probably about a minute apart.
That sounds right. Cacnea and Cactus are those cactus Pokemon? That makes sense. Good call.
Cac W.
Oh no, Gamma. No, not like that.
Oh, there's one thing Fox loves. It's when people use the hook shot to make the room slower than just walking diagonally. I learned this from my PB review.
Walking diagonally is so fast.
Fun fact, you shouldn't be hook shotting as much as you think you are in Ice Palace Big Chest.
Oh yeah.
Okay, they're like exactly a minute apart. That's actually kind of spooky.
Nice.
1:14:06 for Mike, 1:13:06 for Gamma. But, you know, Mike will make it all up by not using the hook shot in the second pot room.
Maybe. So a minute is that like you should give up. You shouldn't give up a minute. Like Gamma's good enough. To give up a minute in the GT.
A minute is like you make
Things can
a
happen.
major mistake like Moldorm Fall. Which
Yeah.
on Master Sword can happen, but it's not... At this level, it's not going to be like little execution differences. It would be if it was like a 124 NMG runner against... So that hookshot is good, right?
Oh, did he dash up and hookshot?
Yeah.
I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. Right?
The thing that Gammachuu did was not, but... Because he's basically using a hookshot in a place where he could have dashed. For longer than the hookshot's length.
Right. Nice land mode fight.
One of them did have a yeet doing this.
Yeah, it's a
That's
lot easier
a minute.
to do it consistently with hook shot.
That's
so
true.
Doubt a second will occur.
It's an interesting mix strat.
Yeah. The room's really hard. People do a lot of stuff in there.
It worked.
It did work.
I don't know if it would have worked with wooden arrows, but Gamma's the kind of person who would know two different strats for silvers and wooden. Although the actual strat for silvers uses the mirror shield to deflect the fire.
That room, yeah, the map, the the strat with both mirror shield and silver arrows is basically just walk into the enemies and ignore.
You know, that's a good point for Nobly. Is one thing that could make a difference by a minute is somebody opens chests upstairs and gets the tempered sword.
That would be a pretty big swing, yeah. Probably not a whole minute with silvers, but it could definitely be a big change.
And Gamma has maintained his minute lead going into GT Climb. I've been timing room entries, and it hasn't changed.
Nice. I looked at some room entries, but never the same one for both runners, so it was totally pointless. Yeah, and there's nowhere else really for the swords to be, right?
Turtle Rock?
I guess Turtle Rock. But pretty good odds that there's one sword here.
Would you open chests?
I probably wouldn't, because I think Master Sword Silver's Ganon is like really funny and kind of enjoyable.
You like Master Sword Silver's Ganon?
Well, it's like kind of awful, but in sort of an
It's the worst Ganon.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, validation chest I think is so fast that you just grab it. I don't know about the others.
I think I open everything except for the top right chest of Mini Helma Room.
Yeah. Yeah, I think pretty much any openings are defensible here, including 0 and 4. Remember, Jingle Glitch is not patched out in this mode.
Oh, that was really close. Did you see that? It's hard to tell without the audio, but I saw the screen stutter right when Gamma was entering.
Oh wow, I thought he had lost enough time going for the magic, but it wouldn't be a big risk. Well, oh no, there's one more.
Alright, pretty much the last chance to lose significant amounts of time, short of like death or fall. I guess a Nagatu could be pretty bad.
No problems there though.
Nice sword.
Hey.
Okay, well, StructuralMike will not get ahead by finding a sword. StructuralMike can fall further behind by not getting that sword.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think you skip validation chest. It's the fastest of all of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mike
he's
will
checking
not
everything.
skip validation chest. Not if you get that one.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting use of the cape. That is awesome.
All right.
Got a triple out of it. It's like the damage boost, but for rando, I guess.
Yeah.
Very nice fight.
Clipe! Clipe!
He's... There we go. Tempered for Mike. Well, now it's really hard for Mike to catch up because you can't even be like, who knows, silver, Master Sword strats better because now it's just tempered fight.
Yeah.
The most you
Gamma
can
would
do
have
is
to
like
make
get a 2-in-1
weird
by
error.
accident.
Yeah, he'd have to have some kind of uncharacteristic failure here. He's not even an Oko. Like, this is very safe. Mike having a little bit more trouble with Gammachuu.
Well, he's not galaxy braining the cape. Which I would never have considered using. I've used cape on Moldorm before.
Yeah.
I think he gets one extra cycle, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We're entertaining the idea of doing Clipe. That's a good start.
Mike is like 68 seconds behind, I think.
It's about the time difference of getting the extra chest in Mini Elmo Room. Which means that their execution didn't diverge very much.
No, yeah, it's very similar. Mostly just an extra Gammachuu cycle.
So it's pretty synced up for, oh, you gotta be careful, Gamma. Okay, good. I hardlocked in the No Logic Tournament Finals doing that, so be very careful.
Impressive.
Gamma at least, like, has arrows in the quiver, which is how you not hardlock.
Oh, right, because you can reactivate afterwards, yeah. GG, Gamma.
121.15. Very good race. Interesting seed.
121.15 is pretty fast for how much stuff they had to clear.
121.15 in the seed where Hookshot and Kane were in Swamp? Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. Do you hardlock doing that? If you're in the middle of item animations when the Ganon fanfare thingy starts, you get in this weird state where you're still in the animation after the fanfare and you like can't move until you finish it, and so you have to like reuse it. But like you can do it with the fire rod, and then if you don't have magic, you can't reuse fire rod, and so you just get stuck in it. And I guess it happens with the arrows
yeah,
too.
I was dry firing my bow because I ran out of arrows in Ganon, and I had already lost at least. But
oh, that's good.
I was basically dancing, like, hey, the tournament's over, and what a way to go out, right? So again, like, gosh, that lead, that really was just the difference of getting that extra chest and call it. Very close race.
Very close. GG to both players. I don't know if either of them are.
I
I haven't seen either.
I think either of them is.
Chat.
I think Mike should be asleep. He's in Sweden.
Oh, right.
Gammachuu could be awake.
Yeah. Gammachuu is probably doing whatever stupid mode is on the ladder.
Hey, Gammachuu. Hey, if you want to interview.
Oh, hey, Gamma. Do you want to chat?
That was fun. I'm glad it wasn't 4 hours long.
No. You have done 4 hours of these today, though.
More than that. Well, okay, 4 that I did comms for. Then 1 that I just sat back and let Krithel do all the work in his past life.
Yeah. Cool. Gamma won because of not leaving out to Swamp Palace.
Yeah.
I mean,
A
there
little
were
bit.
several decisions of similar magnitude. That was the last one. I don't think that you can pin the whole race on it.
That makes sense. Yeah, Gamma was correct that leaving Swamp had 0 benefit in the seed.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Could only
the right
be
call
a
for
time
sure.
loss. And being able to mirror back to the front of Meyer was just chef's kiss.
I did say when they were both going in there that doing Swamp from Meyer seemed like it was going to give the edge to Gamma.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely would have if there wasn't a key there. And Mike got lucky.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean,
even with the
after that
key,
point.
yeah, being able to mirror back to Meyer, I didn't think of it at the time, but that makes it going from Meyer make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Even
And
if you
not
know the
having to
key is
drain the
there.
swamp.
Even if you secretly rolled an overworld glitches seed and didn't tell me.
Which we don't have any proof of.
Well, I could go into the race room and see what they rolled. If it doesn't have my name on it, it's probably not overworld glitches. Or it is. I hate looking it up. Is that a normal playing HMG front of Swamp first? I only do it as a gamble. It's kind of like a tile room gamble. I do it if I'm missing the Meyer Medallion and want to know if Meyer Medallion can be in Swamp. I wouldn't do it having already found the Meyer Medallion. I would also do it if I haven't done the dam yet.
I would just like never do front of swamp, I think, which is probably just like a mistake, but it seems really bad. It seemed like it was just kind of like, well, I have to correct my camera, so why don't I just go ahead and check this one chest? But I think that that's kind of just a mistake because you have to do so many extra transitions. But it turned out to work out okay this time.
That's a good point, is you can get that logic info from Meyer first, whether Swamp is cane locked or not. But you'd still have to know
True.
if the Swamp key is there. Like, maybe Mike's idea was he wanted to make sure that Swamp was definitely Meyer locked before going into Meyer.
Maybe.
That
saying
saves
it
time.
was a-
So that saves time if the cane is like in purple chest. Because you're going to do Meyer and Swamp faster.
True, or Back of Thieves or something stupid. Yeah. I mean, I'm saying it seems like a mistake to me, but every time I say something's a mistake that Tam decided, they almost always convince me that they were smarter than me and had a master plan, so I'm sure there's some reason for it.
Well, nobody and Tam are teammates, so I don't know if I trust them.
I would
Yeah.
have super jumped straight to Meyer, but
Super
most
jump,
people
yeah.
don't know that.
Straight to Meyer is the only reason to super jump in a seed where you have hammer and glove, I think.
Yeah.
It's not saving time, but it is kind of cool. I would have been cooler if you had mirrored outside of Swamp while screen wrapped, because that's fun. It's fair enough to not know if that's safe or not. It is, but sometimes being desynced can make entrances take 2 minutes long.
Yeah. Not EG1 entrances, though. No, I guess some EG1 entrances. Yeah, I have none.
I think it has to do with like the way Link is desynced. Like
I
Link
just know
himself
that.
being off screen is the problem, not necessarily being on screen but screen wrapped.
Right. Yeah, no, I just have no idea. Somebody figured it out for me. Thanks. Thanks in advance. Neither player fast forwarding through credits.
Well, they gotta show us all these lovely glitch hunters in the credits. Thank you, Yuzuhara, for making Hair to Swamp a lot easier. And a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah. Yeah, Zuhara has found about half of the glitches in this game. First sword, 47 minutes. Pegasus boots 0. Interesting that one of those is tracked correctly when you start with both and the other's not.
That is interesting. Well, I think what's happening is you never find boots. Pegasus boots 0, I think, just means you never found boots. But you did find a sword. That wasn't the one you started with.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
They're talking about adding like better stats to the credits, and Moon Pearl, I think, is one of the ones they'll add.
Oh.
I think that'll be a
Alright.
lot of fun. Time to Moon Pearl is a pretty fun stat in glitch modes. Like in the last seed, I calmed that Moon Pearl was found when the other player was finishing. It was a good time.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that race. One runner like skipped part of Kakariko and just didn't find the Moon Pearl. Yeah, doing HMG finishing Pearlless is like
It's a meme.
kind of a drag. Yeah.
You only do it if your Pearl's on Lumberjack or something. Even then, you only do it out of principle, not because it's faster.
Right. You just have to like get to so many Dark World entrances as a bunny. It's really pretty annoying.
How did Mike have 10 fewer checks than Gamma? Is it just from doing Swamp and not doing full clearing Mire? Is it the escape, maybe?
Escape and parts of Mire, I guess?
It must be that.
He didn't like lose progress at any point or anything, did he?
No, nobody had hard locks in this one.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right. Well, thanks for putting this on, Malmo. Thanks for putting on a good raid, Mike and Tam and Gamma and Kitsune.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was given a tip to do another one, but I've already done 3 today, so maybe I'll get to it tomorrow if I'm not with family. But more likely, if I do it, it'll be actually next week.
Sounds good.
But yeah, goodbye, everybody.
See you later.